Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25.
Here we go, here we go.
Here's Joe Mixon as they start on the ground. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. It'll go as a gain of 25 on a play that started back at the 25. Pretty explosive run on that inside handoff, and when you're a runner of his caliber, you don't need a big crease.
You really don't, but also what we're seeing is an offensive line that's taking charge at the point of attack, aren't we? Not only are they controlling the initial contact, they're actually utilizing what they call the strain the next 2 to 3 seconds to continue to move people.
Back to Mixon on first down. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
So the first down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. They're passing here, Joe Burrow. And that throw behind his man, he missed him, incomplete. So, Charles, you look at this offense, and what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want a challenge, and they're going to get one. So not successful there on the challenge, and he'll have to be careful from here on out because he'll only have 1 challenge remaining. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook.
Here we go.
Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And the Bengals are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Well, no question, this is exactly how they wanted to start this football game. And nice pass there. And now they're set up beautifully, Charles, to finish this off with a touchdown.
Yeah, but they've still got to finish it off, partner, and that means they've got to execute at this stage of the field. So we've seen many teams march it right to the goal line and not cash in. They got something dialed up here that puts it in the end zone.
Mixon will get down close to the goal line, but not in, as he'll be marked down at the 1. And that gets him 3 yards closer here as it brings up 2nd and goal.
Here's where we need to see some tenacity from this defense because they've been pushed right down the field on this opening drive. They've got to find some way to push back, and that's a good first step.
Mixon again. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. Joe Mixon. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And the Bengals put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Come on. Hey.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he's got some space here. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards. They'll run it again with Barkley. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. The Giants at 2-3 here to begin the new season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Throwing on first down. Cannon. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. This defense for the Bengals, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defense coordinator about their performance last week because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Dragon 60.
Looking to throw. Cannon. That's swung out wide to Harris. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Cannon. That's going to be caught along the sideline, and what a job of keeping his feet in bounds. They say that's a catch. Another good completion on the drive as the Giants have a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
A first down carry for Barkley. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down, you're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
2nd and 6. And that one is incomplete. And it also concludes quarter number 1. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. In search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive. Looking to throw. Cannon. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So both teams come away with points on their opening drives, and they still trail. They answered the touchdown with a field goal, but at least able to break that goose egg here early.
And that is what's important, right? Because they didn't let that initial touchdown go unanswered. Took the ball themselves, moved it downfield, and put it through the post for 3 points. Game on.
The kicking team out there for the Giants as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Here we go.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now it's Burrow. And that one complete once again to Higgins. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. T. Higgins. His first touchdown on the year. And the Bengals are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much, don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Let's go now.
And a nickel look here for the Bengals as they try to defend this on 3rd.
Pioneers.
And that's knocked away and incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
We'll call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And the Bengals take over 1st and 10.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3 because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10.
Burrow over the middle. He finds Higgins.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. He's got the first down. He's got a big game going right now. Already over 100 yards receiving in this first half alone. Here's Burrow setting up to throw it. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. The throw over the middle taken in. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
From the gun on 3rd down is Burrow. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 27-yard line.
Here we go, here we go.
Out of the gun, it's Burrow. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down.
On 1, right?
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And Burrow going to throw again.
Oh, that'll be incomplete. He took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Now it's Burrow. Then he comes back with one complete.
And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning.
That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Here's Burrow. That's caught over the middle by Hurst.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it's 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
From the 7, it's 2nd and 5.
11.
Burrow going to give this to Mixon.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD.
Joe Mixon, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year,
as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Extra point by McPherson, up and good.
And the lead is up to 18 now.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3, I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new-school defense is what you said, taking the ball away. Nice call by the defense there on third down. Just flood the field with extra defensive backs in their dime package. Nowhere to go with the football. Forces the incompletion.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will take over here, 1st and 10.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
Burrow on play action. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's 3rd down. Now the Giants will use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts, as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Here we go.
And the Giants will go with 6 defensive backs here on 3rd. And they go play action now. Burrow. And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get one more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
And McPherson on for the extra point.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
So we have reached halftime here, and it's the visiting Bengals out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Giants set to get the football, and they trail here as we get back underway in the second half. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive.
CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving the guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, this is just a continuation of what we saw in the first half. So much for the fresh start to begin the third quarter. Still off-target throws, no rhythm throwing the football, and obviously no touchdown scored in this game.
And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 18. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and out will come the offense as they take over.
On one, ready?
The Bengals drive about to get going.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here we go.
They have 5 in the secondary now for the Giants on third down. Burrow looking to pass. He's got Hurst, his tight end. And he is going to have a Bengals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
11,
Inside 4 minutes to go, third quarter.
11, Thomas.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
Burrow going to fake to mix it and now look to throw. That's into a crowd and intercepted.
Picked off by Denzel Perryman.
And the Giants are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
Back to the air on second down. Cannon.
And they were looking to set up the screen, but that's going to be incomplete. Almost wound up going the other way. Well covered defensively, and it'll bring up third down.
On third down, Cannon.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Ready, break.
They'll try and throw for it here. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Mix it up the middle.
And he's got it down to the 28.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
Burrow's throw caught by Higgins. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and inches.
Here we go.
Oh, it's a nickel set here defensively on 3rd and inches.
Still want to be prepared for a pass.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. Give him the third down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Burrow will throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise. Because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Here we go.
So after the loss of down, they'll come up here with a 2nd and goal. Now Burrow. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Give him credit for excellent coverage, tight coverage. They're doing a lot of things that we talk about in basketball. They're causing disruptions in the passing game. And as long as that continues, it'll be tough for them to gain any momentum throwing the ball downfield.
3rd and goal as they look to pour some more salt in the wound.
11 MT tape. 11 MT tape.
From the shotgun, Joe Burrow. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
So on 4th down, off goes Burrow. On comes Evan McPherson for the Bengals field goal. McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
I don't know what was going on there, but the end result, this is going to be a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does them in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? Imagine what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
Here we go.
The Bengals drive about to get going.
Here we go.
Been a very strong performance for them, really on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dap. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
So 4th quarter, a nice run there to start this drive. Charles, what do you think the split will be here between run and pass?
Well, partner, I think it'll lean towards the run, but this is also not a time where you just totally do that. You still have to possess the ball, move the sticks, and keep the clock moving as well. So they'll run their offense, but yeah, when they have a chance to run it, they'll do that a little bit more. Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. Throwing again on 2nd down. Burrow. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 29-yard line. They'll look to throw here. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
I respect both sides on that play, CD. For him to be able to hold on to that football and the impressive tackle, wow.
Did you notice the look between the two of them as they came off the ground? That look did say the word respect.
On 2nd down, here's Mixon. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key 1st downs and big runs.
Looking middle, and that's complete.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, and they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he popped.
Touchdown, Bengals! A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Bengals add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we haven't been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away.
And he will not bring it out. He'll just go down to a knee here for a touchback. And the ball will come out to the 25. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Oh, trying to fit it into Shepard, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. But with this advantage, this defense knew that passes were coming, and they stayed in position, Charles, and picked one off here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, what a way to cap things off, huh? Because I think this is part of the game within the game. They see the scoreboard, they see what they can accomplish, and they went for it.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
11 mighty.
Inside handoff to Mixon. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Well, trailing here in the fourth quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely. A bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage.
And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. The lane opens here. He's past the 30. A solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
So holding will scratch off some of that return.
And I know fans get frustrated when they see penalties of this sort on kick returns, but it is difficult to do it right against these moving targets at full speed. Hard to do.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. They face a 3rd down now as they try to find a late score.
Well, backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
To throw on 3rd down. Cannon, and tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Here we go, strike.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he is going to have the Giants first down as this defense cannot come up with a play that they need. In fact, they surrender a big chunk. 17 yards there on 4th down.
Let's go.
Back to throw. Cannon. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play.
They'll look to throw again. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. Back to throw again. And he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
That'll be caught. It's Tony. And he is going to have the Giants first down. And it is a big letdown there defensively. They somehow allowed to convert on 4th and long. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the fourth quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked by Logan Wilson. And the Bengals come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Well, fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago, and you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
So for the Bengals, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And they'll get a few extra days to savor this one before they take on the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll be at home for one next week as the Atlanta Falcons come to town.